They are the titans of hip-hop business, each a master of their empire. Rick Ross, the boss of Maybach Music. 50 Cent, the relentless entrepreneur. Jay-Z, the undisputed mogul. Publicly, the media often downplayed their conflicts, focusing on their individual successes. But beneath the carefully curated narratives, a brutal, high-stakes billion-dollar beef has been raging. A war so explosive, the media actively tried to bury it. What were the true financial stakes? What unseen forces tried to silence the truth? And how did their relentless pursuit of power and profit lead to a conflict that threatened to expose the very foundations of their empires? Prepare to uncover the shocking truth behind the beef they didn't want you to see. Rick Ross carved out his own unique path to mogul status, building Maybach Music Group, MMG, into a formidable record label and diversifying his portfolio with highly successful ventures. Like Wingstop franchises? His business philosophy, often articulated in his lyrics, centered on aggressive expansion, self-made wealth, and the unapologetic embrace of luxury as a symbol of success. This distinct narrative positioned him as a formidable competitor in the hip-hop business landscape, often clashing with others who questioned his authenticity or challenged his claim to the boss title. The most significant and public aspect of Rick Ross's involvement in the billion-dollar beef was his intense and long-running feud with 50 Cent. This rivalry began in 2008 and quickly escalated from lyrical jabs to deeply personal attacks, fueled by accusations of past affiliations, authenticity, and a battle for lyrical supremacy. 50 Cent relentlessly questioned Ross's past as a correctional officer, attempting to dismantle his street credibility and boss persona. Ross retaliated with his own scathing disses, often mocking 50 Cent's financial woes and business ventures. This was a raw, visceral beef that captivated fans, highlighting the deep-seated animosity and the high stakes involved in their competition for the top spot. The media, while covering the surface-level rap beef, often shied away from the deeper financial implications and the personal attacks that went beyond typical rap rivalries. Rick Ross's entrepreneurial focus was on building his own independent ventures and expanding his brand through tangible assets like Wingstop franchises. He became one of the largest franchisees. He understood the power of tangible assets and diversified income streams. He navigated the larger landscape of hip-hop moguls by asserting his own boss identity and focusing on his own growth, rather than direct competition over specific deals with Jay-Z or 50 Cent's more diversified portfolios. His business ruthless tactics were more about aggressive expansion and brand building within his established lane, ensuring his own financial security and influence rather than engaging in public feuds over broken business deals with the two titans. His ability to maintain his opulent image and consistent musical output, even amidst intense personal attacks from 50 Cent, was a testament to his resilience and his commitment to his brand. While Rick Ross and Jay-Z maintained a relationship largely built on mutual respect and occasional musical collaborations, there were no major public billion-dollar beefs between them. Both acknowledged each other's status as bosses in the game, and their empires operated in distinct yet complementary lanes. Jay-Z focused on large-scale entertainment and tech acquisitions, ROC Nation, title Armand de Brignac, while Ross concentrated on tangible consumer-facing businesses like fast food franchises and his record label. Their paths rarely intersected in a way that created direct financial conflict, allowing their mutual respect to largely remain intact. Ross's primary focus in this billion-dollar beef narrative was his direct, personal, and financially intertwined conflict with 50 Cent, a rivalry that the media often struggled to fully contextualize beyond surface-level rap beef. 50 Cent Curtis Jackson built his empire on an aggressive, no-holds-barred approach, both in music and business, which often put him at odds with other industry figures. His strategy revolved around direct confrontation, leveraging controversy for attention, and seeking significant ownership stakes in his ventures. This approach, while highly effective in building his brand, also made him a central figure in numerous high-stakes conflicts, including the billion-dollar beef with Rick Ross, his infamous $100 million vitamin water deal solidified his status as an entrepreneurial force, but also fueled his desire to challenge other moguls. The billion-dollar beef with Rick Ross was arguably 50 Cent's most intense and long-running, going far beyond typical rap disses. It ignited from a seemingly minor incident in 2008, but quickly escalated into a deeply personal and financially intertwined war. 50 Cent relentlessly attacked Ross's authenticity, questioning his past as a correctional officer and attempting to dismantle his boss persona. He used his social media platforms masterfully, turning Instagram into a battleground for mocking Ross's album sales, business ventures, and even his personal life. This included dating Ross's child's mother and releasing a tell-all book about him using highly personal details to undermine his rival. This aggressive, boundary-pushing approach was a hallmark of his ruthless tactics, effectively monetizing attention and turning beef into profit. The media, while covering the sensational aspects, often failed to fully grasp the underlying financial and reputational stakes that made this a true billion-dollar beef. 50 Cent's involvement in the billion-dollar beef also extended to his rivalry with Jay-Z, though this was more subtle and less direct than his conflict with Ross. While they rarely engaged in overt diss tracks, 50 Cent often took veiled shots at Jay-Z's business ventures or perceived corporate image, subtly challenging his status as the ultimate mogul. He would critique Jay-Z's business decisions or question his authenticity, often through interviews or social media. This indirect approach allowed 50 Cent to assert his competitive spirit without engaging in a full-blown war with a figure of Jay-Z's stature. But it underscored the constant jockeying for position among hip-hop's elite businessmen. His own Chapter 11 bankruptcy filing in 2015, while stemming from a personal lawsuit, also became a public spectacle that allowed critics to question his financial prowess. A narrative he fought hard to control. 50 Cent's ruthless tactics were characterized by his willingness to pursue legal action, engage in public shaming, and relentlessly promote his own ventures at the expense of his rivals. He understood that controversy sells, and he expertly wielded it as a business tool. His ability to turn personal feuds into marketing opportunities, as seen with his F.in. Vodka versus Diddy's Ciroc, was a key component of his strategy. This aggressive, often uncompromising approach to business and rivalry made him a central figure in the billion-dollar beef that the media often struggled to fully comprehend or contextualize beyond surface-level entertainment. His relentless pursuit of dominance, even through highly personal attacks, ensured that his conflicts were never truly buried. Jay-Z, the original blueprint for the hip-hop mogul, built his empire on strategic ownership, diversification, and a meticulously cultivated image of unparalleled success and sophistication. His approach to business was often discreet and calculated, preferring boardroom maneuvers over public feuds. He set the standard for what a rapper could achieve, transitioning from street hustler to global corporate force with ventures like ROC Nation, Tidal, Armand de Brignac Champagne, and various tech investments. His established dominance made him the ultimate benchmark, and often an indirect target. In the billion-dollar beef landscape, Jay-Z's single quotes as involvement in the billion-dollar beef with Rick Ross and 50 Cent was largely indirect, primarily through his established position at the top of the mogul hierarchy. He rarely engaged in direct public feuds with either artist over business matters, preferring to maintain an aura of being above the fray. With Rick Ross, their relationship was generally respectful, built on mutual admiration for each other's entrepreneurial spirit and shared love for luxury. They collaborated on music, and Ross often spoke highly of Jay-Z's business acumen, viewing him as a blueprint for long-term success. Their empires operated in distinct, yet complementary, lanes, preventing major public billion-dollar beefs from erupting between them. However, Jay-Z's relationship with 50 Cent was more complex and carried an underlying competitive tension. Despite not escalating into the same kind of public, personal warfare scene between 50 Cent and Rick Ross. 50 Cent often took veiled shots at Jay-Z's business ventures or perceived corporate image, subtly challenging his status as the ultimate mogul. He would critique Jay-Z's business decisions or question his authenticity, often through interviews or social media, creating a subtle, silent business war. Jay-Z, in turn, often responded with strategic silence, or by continuing to expand his vast empire, letting his financial successes and cultural impact speak for themselves. His acquisition of Tidal and his subsequent dispute with Kanye West over it also indirectly highlighted the high stakes of his business dealings, reinforcing his position as a major player in the billion-dollar beef landscape. J-Z, single quotes, S, ruthless tactics were characterized by his long-term vision, his relentless pursuit of ownership, and his ability to leverage his cultural influence into massive corporate deals. He understood that true power lay in controlling the infrastructure, not just the content. His strategic silence during public controversies, his preference for legal and corporate maneuvers over social media spats, and his consistent focus on building generational wealth were all part of his sophisticated approach to the billion-dollar beef. He aimed to build an unassailable fortress of wealth and influence, making him the ultimate competitor, but also the most difficult to directly challenge in a way that the media could easily sensationalize. His conflicts were often behind closed doors, making them harder for the public to fully grasp, thus contributing to the narrative that these deeper business wars were buried by the media. The intertwined careers of Rick Ross, 50 Cent, and Jay-Z reveal a relentless billion-dollar beef that the media largely tried to bury, exposing the true nature of ambition and conflict at the highest echelons of hip-hop business. From Rick Ross's intense personal and financial war with 50 Cent, to 50 Cent's aggressive challenges to established moguls, and Jay-Z's strategic, often silent dominance, their stories underscore that the pursuit of power and profit can transform even casual acquaintances into fierce rivals. These titans continue to define the industry, proving that the most explosive conflicts often happen behind closed boardroom doors, far from the public eye. Which mogul's business strategy do you find most effective in this billion-dollar beef? What was the most shocking revelation for you about their hidden conflicts? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this deep dive insightful, make sure to like this video. Subscribe to our channel for more exclusive analyses of hip-hop's biggest power struggles and industry secrets. And hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next expos. Thanks for watching.